Hello and welcome to WDW UK Newscast, the pod. Yes, we're back for another episode of the pod. It's been a while. Sorry, I've been in Florida, as is a couple of other people that are on this podcast as well. But we are back, and we are going to be discussing our trip out to Orlando for Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando. And joining me for that discussion is Andy.
Howdy, y'all.
Chell.
Hi.
And Lewis.
Hello.
Matt will be here. He's building bunk beds.
As you do.
Not you.
As you do. Yeah, so me, Chell, Matt, and the rest of our family, we went to Disney World for 2 weeks. Now we're back.
Are you
You
feeling
sound
blue?
so happy.
Everything is wrong with the world.
We've been back nearly 3 weeks.
I know.
That's gone so quickly already.
Yeah.
That 3 weeks is just crazy.
That's gone quicker than the holiday.
It has.
This week will be 5 weeks since we went.
Yeah, no.
Since we took off, yeah.
Yes. Craziness.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
Cray.
basically, the gist of this one, ladies and gents, is Andy and Lewis are going to pick our brains, and we're going to report back on whether things were good, whether things were bad, what we hated, what we liked, and stuff like
Lewis's
that.
jazz hands.
Yes. And Lewis is very excited to find out about how good Tron is.
I am.
So we'll
Yes.
get there. We'll get there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So go for it, boys.
It's not the first time you've said that to us. I think we've got to start at the very beginning, right? Talk to us about the travel day. So I know some people stayed in a hotel, some of you came straight from home. Tell me about your experience at the airport. What's there stuff to do? Was your checking experience anywhere closely as much of a nightmare as mine was last year?
Chell, you start with the pre-travel day stuff because you were different to me because you have more money than I.
So we flew
No
out
kids.
on a Friday. So on the Thursday night, me, Beckett, Mum and Dad all went to the Renaissance Hotel at Heathrow. Or Renaissance, I don't know how you say it. Is it Renaissance or Renaissance?
I'm
I'm not going to correct you. I'm not.
I'm not sure. Anyway, we stayed there, and we booked one night and 15 days parking. So we left our car there. So for me and Beckett to stay there for one night with 15 days parking was £219.
That's not bad.
Just letting you know. It was a nice hotel. We had dinner there. Obviously, if you've watched my vlog, you would have seen this already. But yeah, we had dinner there.
We'll plug that at the end, so the 16 people that do get to the end of this podcast will know where to go.
Hi, Kyle.
And then we had drinks at the bar. Anyway, yeah, really nice. Rooms are really good. And then we got up in the morning, went and had breakfast. And then they offer a hotel hopper bus, which is £6 per person each way. But we had a lot of cases with us, so we thought our best option would be to get an Uber because we had my case, Beckett's case, Mum's case, Dad's case. Some of us had cabin cases. We had one case of Danny's. We had 3 cases of Matt and Molly's. We had a double buggy and car seats that 4 of us had to take from a hotel to the airport, which was really stressful. And I was like cursing everybody because they were all there before us. And the original plan was like, oh, we'll be there ages before. bearing in mind our flight wasn't until a really annoying time at 20 to 4 in the afternoon.
We'll discuss that later.
But we'll discuss that later. We said, well, we'll meet outside Heathrow at between 11 and 11:30, which to some was like really, some people think that's really early, but actually the time went so quick, didn't it? I felt like we had no time at the airport at all.
I was going to get my hair cut that morning. I'm glad I didn't.
No,
because I'd have been running around like a madman.
Yeah. So we didn't get the hotel hopper bus because someone had said to me as well that they weren't as the times, they come really slow. So we just decided to get 2 Ubers. They were £18 each. We had a bit of, one Uber turned up, it was massive, but he refused to take me and Beckett with all these cases because it was a massive Uber that could seat like 7 people. But he was like, oh, you're only doing it because you've got this many cases. And I'm thinking, well, yes, I'm at an airport hotel wanting to go
You're
on
getting
holiday.
paid, mate. Shut up and deal with it.
He drove off. So he cancelled
really?
the Uber. Yeah, he drove off.
Did you rate him, by the way?
No.
1 star him.
No. He just drove off. Mum and Dad's Uber came, and then he'd actually sent for another one to come round to us, which was like smaller than the one he'd already come in.
It was pretty small when I went out to help.
But then we got to the airport and we met everyone else with all the cases. And check-in was, I didn't see any. We didn't queue very long.
No, we were first. We were first there.
And because there was 13 of us, our booking was done in two separate bookings, so like split up into groups. So we just all went up together, and she just did one group at a time, did the passports, checked their luggage in, went on to the next group, did those passports, luggage. Really,
that probably took about 15-20 minutes in total.
Yeah,
because of how many.
Close to the 2 hours I had at Manchester last May.
Yeah.
No,
Did you pre-check in at all?
I think Mum did, didn't she?
Online.
She checked in. Yeah. She checked in on the flight, so it was online. Yeah. So it was just the bags and the car seats and things that we were handing in.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really, really quick, really straightforward. It was, I mean, everyone was excited to see one another. We were all like, we're going to spend 14 days with one another and see each other every day, and it's going to be really fun. And everyone was really happy and excited. And then that was quite quick. And then security was.
We got through security in 15 minutes. I was just looking at the time on my phone.
Really, really quick. They were really good as well.
I mean, the thing is about, so let's go on to the flights and the flight times, because like this is a bit of a bone of contention for me as well, because recently, well, when I say recently, about 4 or 5 months ago, BA and Virgin Atlantic decided that they were going to take later slots, clearly because they're cheaper to do, and now they go. Both their later slots, I think, go around 3:30 in the no, yours is 3:40, I know. Yeah. And that means that it should have been. And that means you don't get in if everything works on time. You still don't get in until midnight our time, which isn't a cracker's time. It's a long day anyway.
Especially with kids as well, man.
Especially with kids. And you wouldn't, and when you booked that 18, well, when it was booked 18 months ago, it wouldn't have been at that time. It would have been 1:30.
No, it was 11.
It was
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock flight.
Wow.
So we were on the original 11 o'clock flight,
and then
the one
it got
that is still there. We got bumped off because of obviously how big our party is, and they bumped us straight off.
Well, they moved us to the 1 o'clock flight.
Yeah.
And then
that got cancelled because they don't do that one no more.
No, they've moved it to the.
They've moved it to that, and I mean, but before we sort of go on with the flight and what time we took off and all that, Heathrow Airport is an absolute cluster of just people. There are people everywhere.
But we were flying on the start of Easter holidays.
Yeah. So I mean, me and Matt took the boys to this little Italian joint, which was all right. I mean, they wanted pizza, the boys, but they didn't have any pizza, so that was weird. Yeah, crazy. So they had spaghetti meatballs and
What was you thinking going to an Italian place for pizza?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit daft.
Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, we went there. That was all right. Got sat down within 10 minutes, ordered, had our food, couple of beers, and everything was in front of us within 10 minutes. And it was
That's good.
crazy. Like really, 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 really quick. Edit, decent food for, you know, for an airport place that wants you in and out. So that it weren't too bad. And then we met up with everybody else. Because it was me, Matt, Freddie, and Charlie that went there, and everybody else went to L&N. Which
is that the posh pink place in your video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't too impressed with the service there.
Service was really bad.
Yeah.
And going back, like how busy you're saying the airport was, I think that is because of East holidays. Whereas when we flew last year on Christmas Day from Heathrow, it's empty. And we went to L&N on Christmas Day as well. Fine, we got really quick service, but it was just really rubbish. We had to keep saying like, "Oh, we just ordered drinks like 15 minutes ago. Where are they?"
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there was some Easter activities for the kids to do as well. They all did. They did these little activities, and one they got themselves a little like Easter pack bag with stickers and crayons and stuff like that in there. So that was quite good. Then we like went to WH Smith, got the arbitrary bottle of water and things like that you take on the flight.
And then by that the gate was up.
Yeah. So by the time we had the food, the gate was called. We sat down. Boys went to WH Smith and bought some books, didn't they? And then
and the gate was literally on the screen.
Yeah, please go to gate 21.
Sorry, Danny. So was there a steady flow of flights going at that time? Because I would have thought that, with a lot of the airports, they tend to have a lot of flights going in the morning, and it slows down a little bit in the afternoon, and then it gets a bit busier in the evening.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like a constant flow.
Yeah,
all day. Like it was a proper turnover of customers coming through security, going to the gate, new passengers through security, older ones going to the gate.
Yeah.
So it seemed like it was a constant flow all day. And then but like everything seemed to go really, really quickly.
Yeah, I don't even remember
until we got to the gate.
Oh.
What happened at the gate? Somebody get 4S's?
Oh, it was.
Is this on what?
Yeah.
Have you not heard about that? The 4S's on your ticket, that means you're going to get searched.
Yeah, no one got that.
No,
we just got down there thinking we were like, oh, quick, let's get to the gate. I bet like there's not many people there. Oh my God.
We were like last there.
It was packed. It was hot, like sweating hot. Bearing in mind the weather outside was horrendous, pouring down with rain.
Excellent.
And there was just people everywhere. It was loud. Obviously, you're getting on a flight to Orlando, so there is kids everywhere. Yeah. Just so excited. And the only bonus was
children. So
the only bonus for us was we had children, so you get to board first after obviously first class. But then you look around and you're like, well, everyone must be boarding because everyone's got kids.
So what was the delay? Do we know why there was a delay?
I think it was just a backup of
weather.
Previously in weather.
Yeah. And so by the time we
what time was it, Chel?
We didn't actually start boarding the plane, like physically walking down the tunnel, until 3:30, and our flight was meant to take off at 3:40. So that's quite late. And then we didn't actually take off until
we took off.
At 5 to
4:35. Oh,
Yeah.
5 to 5 was it?
Wow.
Yeah,
What time
5
should you took off?
quarter to
20
4.
to 4.
20 to 4. So we've sat on there for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, with no engines on, that's going to be really sweaty and horrible, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
that
wasn't
meant
great.
you landed what, about 9:15?
20 to 9.
Oh right.
So
Yeah. Oh, we the
it was a
thing
quicker
was,
flight time,
yeah,
Yeah,
much
you
quicker.
made
but
up
we
some
were
time.
late. So
The captain was like, yeah, we're going to be there in such and such, and we were like, oh wow, well at least we're
8
making up for that.
Yeah.
it was 8 hours and something, 8 hours and 1
Yeah,
minute or something.
Yeah, because I found it a bit weird. I thought from London they just went straight over, but when I looked at the map in your video chat, that you went up over Manchester.
Yeah.
We went up over Birmingham and Manchester. We went Birmingham, Manchester, sort of smack dab in between Birmingham and Manchester, and then cut across that way. And I've never done that before.
Really?
Normally
Straight that way,
down
isn't it?
normally we go down to
Yeah, but
Southampton and
That's
go
normally
across the
Gatwick. That's normally going from
coast. Oh, yeah,
Gatwick.
that is normally
That's
Gatwick.
my favourite route, going up and then round and across down over New York.
Yeah,
I love that route. I hate
Yeah.
going just over the water. It's like, I don't love that route at all.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody
Yeah,
should
yeah.
fly over Manchester. I agree.
But yeah, so
we landed at 20 to 9 in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
What was it like at the other end?
No, it wasn't slow, but it
it
wasn't.
was a long queue.
It wasn't
Yeah.
quick either. It was sort of
And when
your
you got
box
kids that have
standard.
been up for nearly 24 hours,
Yeah.
who haven't slept, let me just say they have not slept on this 9-hour flight.
Yeah.
These kids have not slept.
Really?
Yep.
No, in Bodie.
Bodhi slept.
Well, I was going to say.
Bodhi slept. She was the best person on the plane. But
Yeah.
Charlie had a 6-minute nap.
Yeah, 6-minute nap for Charlie.
And I think Oscar, Miles, and Freddie all fell asleep as soon as the wheels hit Orlando's runway. And then refused to wake up because they were in this big, deep sleep.
Yeah, Oscar was a nightmare getting off the plane and getting through security. He was just like, because he'd like you said, fallen asleep right at the end. I mean, flight wasn't bad actually.
Fine.
Flight was brilliant.
Oh, apart from obviously Virgin don't know how to load the planes with like special.
Yeah,
dietary
Chow again didn't have a gluten-free.
I didn't have my meal again.
What about the kids' meals? Did they have them? Because I obviously thinking back to the issue I had last year.
Yeah, they had kids' meals, which
Chicken
when
nuggets.
they sit like the soggy vegetables on top of the chicken to make the chicken soggy. And then no kid wants to eat it because who wants to eat soggy chicken?
Nobody.
Nobody. But I didn't. And when it came around for the afternoon tea, obviously they hadn't got me anything on the plane, and she was like, "Oh, I'll get you a." She was like, "I'm so sorry." It's really awkward. It's quite embarrassing because I want to moan, but it's not. The cabin crew don't load the plane with the. So it's not their fault, but really they're the only ones that I can moan to.
I differ, right? Because the cabin crew will have a list of people on the flight, including anybody with allergies, anybody with assistance needs. And against an allergy person, be it gluten, peanut, whatever, they should be going right to the people loading the food. Have we got these meals? Here's what we've got. Right, well, that's not on there. Go and find it quickly because we're setting off in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was the complaint I made to Virgin. When you transferred us from a later flight to an early flight, the obligation was on you to ensure that everything was on that flight ready for your passengers, and you didn't.
Yeah.
So I complained. I nearly said yes, but then I got an absolute bucket load of air miles out of them. Just for saying that, was really disappointed with the way it was handled.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all. So at afternoon tea, she was like, "Let me just go and see what I can do." She came back. She was like, "I'm gonna get you a fruit platter from first class," and I was like, "Yes, fruit platter." I literally tapped Nikki on the shoulder, and I was like, "I'm gonna probably have like cut up pineapple, kiwi, strawberries," and she comes back.
You get an apple.
Tell them what you really got.
Her face was a picture, and she was like, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "So obviously I didn't think they meant this, and she literally gave me one banana and one orange. The orange looked like it's been sitting around for about 3 days, and I literally just went, right. And
It was in the captain's lunchbox.
She was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's just, this is my second flight with you now where you haven't had my meal. And all you can get, like, look what you're giving me for a 9-hour flight. One banana. And I wanted to say, do you really feed this to first class passengers?
Are you taking the...
And they always send like the timid like girl, like who, like it's like me turning up to myself. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, no one's gonna want to have a go at her because she's like, oh, I'm really sorry.
This is the moment we have to engage her in a Karen.
Yeah.
And go, manager. Yeah. No, it's I get it. I mean, you're on the plane for like 9 hours. You got to be polite to people. You don't want to be that person who gets sort of like a bill wreck over the company, right?
No.
But like I say, it's the basics, you know. It's I remember flying with TUI back when they were Thompson back in 2010. Actually, I think it was my honeymoon, and I have a peanut intolerance. It's not an allergy; it's an intolerance. But I used to order the peanut meals with Thompson. And as soon as I boarded the plane, the woman was like, "Mr. Robson, have you got a peanut allergy?" Yep, okay, no worries. We won't serve peanuts, and your food will be dealt with first. And that was when we were on the tarmac.
Mm.
You know, this is TUI.
Yeah.
You know, they're a great airline, but
I've never had an issue with TUI. When I've flown with TUI, I've been served my gluten-free meal every time.
But you think with an airline like Virgin,
it's always going out from England to Orlando. They don't have it. Coming home from Orlando to Heathrow, they've got it. We've got the whole thing, the whole shebang, the whole breakfast.
Shebang.
Honestly,
it's just
I'll find you a link later for the complaints. Just email in, and I did it. I just said, look, I was really disappointed with the experience, and I got enough air miles for a one-way ticket, which I then converted to hotel points to go to somebody's engagement party. So. Okay, so with the flight, apart from obviously gluten gate,
flight was fine.
So,
yeah.
Which plane were you on? Were you on one of the newer ones or the old ones?
A330.
I think it was a new one, wasn't it?
It was a newer one.
Yeah. The 330 Neo or the 350?
It was a 330, A330.
Yeah, 330.
I was watching it on Flight
Neos.
Nice.
Nerd.
Nice.
There's me with the flying names. Tell us about car hire.
Car hire was good because we had two drivers, Dad and Matt. And
hold on, let me just say
it was definitely Dad and Matt that were the two drivers.
Let me just say that we didn't book straight through Dollar. We did it through like a different thing, which was fine. But normally, when me, Mum, and Dad have done it before, we just go straight out to the parking lot, show them something, and then they just tell you to go pick your car. This time we had to get in the queue, like still inside the airport, to like show documents, put your credit card down and stuff. Which was long queue, which I was really surprised about because we didn't go over there till 10:30 at night.
Guess what company had the longest queue? If you're saying Dollar, then you're right.
Yeah, which I was surprised about because we didn't get over there. We were in the line for the car at 10:30, 11:15.
The boys bored off their nut, trying to entertain themselves, trying to connect to Wi-Fi. At the airport so they can watch something on Netflix or play Roblox on their tablets, and it's 10:30 at night and they're running around trying to, because they've got loads of energy now.
They've had
that crash nap at the airport.
Yeah, so then Dad and Matt went up to the counter and
Mum and Dad went up to do theirs.
Yeah, so Dad's was fine. He got his driving license out and all that and showed everything. They said, "Here you go, thank you. You're not a moron. Please go and get your car." And then Matt went up.
Me and Matt went up to the counter.
And then Chell, take it from here because something weird happened.
Yeah, so Matty, the guy behind the counter was like cracking jokes and stuff, and he was making some jokes about like England and stuff. And then he had Matty's driving license for ages and doing stuff on the computer, and he was like, sir, your driving license has expired. So Matt was like, we both started laughing because I was like, oh, he's cracking jokes again. Oh, he's funny. And he was like, no, sir, your driving license expired 9 days ago. I think I went as white as a sheep and I started shaking, but I was shaking because I thought, what are the rest of us, what are us 7 going to do? What are we going to do? We've got all these cases. What are we going to do for 2 weeks? What are we going to, like, I was literally freaking out.
I had a car, I was all right.
And so I just went, can we change the driver? And the guy was like, yeah, you can change the driver. And I was like, okay.
I will drive.
And Beckett was like, can I drive? And the guy said, is your surname Perrin? And Beckett was like, no. And this guy said to him, I can put you down. It's going to be a lot easier if I can put someone down that's got the surname Perrin. Otherwise, I'm going to have to fill we're going to be here longer than what you need to be, basically. Anyway, long story short, I drove a big 7-seater car for the first time ever.
Nice.
So at this point, I was like handing my driving license over, shaking. Credit card, like didn't even know my PIN for this credit card. Thinking, scrolling through my phone, like, oh my god, like what am I doing? And the guy was like, ma'am, you are the only one that can drive this vehicle. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, have you driven in the United States before? And I was like, no. And he was like, but do you know we drive on the other side of the road? And I was like, yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like,
funny guy, isn't he? Funny guy.
I was like, this is my 30th time in this country. Yes, I know you drive on the other side of the road and you have silly rules for turning right at red light.
Yeah.
Like, I know it all. It's fine.
I love that rule.
I always wanted to drive in America, but I never thought my first time would be at like 11:30 in the pitch black in a 7-seater.
Best time because there's nobody in the road.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There was. And you were going to International Drive, remember? That is just
true.
packed. It's all right. So yeah.
So
we
anyway, we rammed everything into the cars. My wife smashed people's ankles and hamstrings and
she got
various
those cases
other
in.
body parts.
She was
smashed
determined.
them to pieces, getting everything in. At this point, everyone's whingy, moany, just wants to get to the hotel.
Beckett is sat at the back of our 7-seater car with a case up against his head like this.
I'm in the back of the other one doing the exact same thing.
On his face, like we weren't happy. So yeah, we set off. I missed the first toll. Great. Yeah.
Sorry, Lewis, what's going on?
Freddie is behind me, like he's sneaking behind me, trying to get his shoes. So, he's just like, what are you doing?
I can see you going like that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. No, so Chell missed the first toll, but she went through the second one.
And I went through the second one. I said to her, I've just missed the last toll. Can I pay here? Obviously you can't. And she was like, no, it will just get charged and registered to this vehicle. I don't think she realised that obviously I was like a tourist who'd just hired this car. So I was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Got to the hotel, checked in.
Did you not think about the toll pass?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
We only go through them.
It's worth it.
What, you go through 2 tolls the whole holiday? It was only $5.
You go through 4 tolls, 2 there, 2 back.
Yeah.
We went through 1 way back, didn't we?
Yeah, only 1 on the way back.
Fair dues.
Yeah. So we got to the hotel, checked in, went to the world's biggest McDonald's and got a McDouble.
At half one.
At half one in the morning. Those that were following along with my Insta stories and Chelsea's Insta stories would have seen that time crop up. So we were getting a burger whilst you guys were waking up.
So we hit the 24-hour mark now. We've been up for 24 hours.
Yeah.
We go to bed at 2:30.
2:30.
Have 3.5 hours sleep.
And then we were up to go to the Magic Kingdom. And we got to the Magic Kingdom half an hour after opening.
Yeah, and our first ride was at 11:15.
Yep. First ride at 11:15 because we all stood around getting Starbucks and stuff, which was really fun for me. Come on, guys, let's all stand here and get Starbucks. That'll be fun, wouldn't it? And then, but we actually did watch Mickey's friendship fair thing.
Yeah,
as
we
well
stood there and
at the
watched that.
stage. So it was nice for the kids to see Mickey and Donald and Goofy and all that lot up on the stage before, as one of the first things. And then we went and rode the People Mover, didn't we, for our first ride in the end?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's always got to be the People Mover for the first ride. I'm not going to say it again.
And because
Jungle
my
Cruise.
because my 7-year-old is the way he is, he's just brilliant when it comes to this Disney stuff. He gets off and he goes, "I love that ride."
Oh,
And I went, "Good, I'm glad you do." But then the 4-year-old, every time we went back to Magic Kingdom, Oscar, "When are we going back on the People Mover?" I'm
Good
like,
man.
"Oh God, you're good, boy."
awesome.
So, yeah,
Love that.
I mean, that's the flights. I mean, I don't know what you want to talk about next. Do you want to talk about hotel, or do you want to talk about?
Yeah, just give us a
Yeah,
rundown of like the hotels that you were at. And sorry, Andy, that was your bit, wasn't it? Sorry.
I completely agree with you, mate. It's all right.
Yeah, so we stayed at the Rosen Inn International, so the one just off Sand Lake Road,
Next to the biggest.
Sand Lake and International on the corner there, next to the world's biggest McDonald's, which is a bonus for anyone. So we've stayed there basically. So I'd say 99% of the time we've been there.
I've never stayed anywhere else.
Did Freddie fall down the stairs then, Lewis? What was that noise?
That was Catherine coming into the room. Yeah.
And
Your love of the Rosen has nothing to do with that particular surf shop opposite the road.
what, Hogan? What?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
we didn't
it's like,
go there.
I'm just nipping out for a minute, come back with the WWE title like that.
Yeah. And so we stayed there. Me, Nikki, and the boys. We did 2 nights at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Villa with a Savannah view. Did I say 1 bed? Yeah, 1 bed villa. That was incredible. I'll quickly go through that, and then Chel can do the rows and stuff. Savannah view's amazing. It was incredible. We actually woke up and saw a giraffe outside the window when we woke up first thing, and that was the only reason why we did it. If there wasn't a giraffe there, it wouldn't have been worth any of the DVC points and money that we spent on it. The room was brilliant. We had we had bathroom. In the bathroom was this massive walk-in shower, and you also had a bath. The bath had jets in it as well, so it doubled up as like a hot tub type thing as well. Then you had the bedroom, massive bed, television, and then sliding doors to the balcony. And then you had the living space, the front room area. In there was a pull-out bed in the sofa, pull-out bed in the armchair, TV, kitchen area with a oven, microwave, dishwasher. We also had a washing machine and tumble dryer in the room. And we had another bathroom with a bath and shower in there as well. Very funny thing to say before Chel moves on to the Rosen. We got to Animal Kingdom Lodge, checked in the morning, then went to Animal Kingdom during the day. We then got a notification on our phone: your room's ready, you can go and sign in, go in. So we went to the room. Oscar was very excited to get onto the balcony. What he didn't realize is that the doors were closed and the glass had been cleaned, and he ran, and I was originally going to be recording opening the door, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I just completely forgot. If I had, you'd have seen my 4-year-old sprint as fast as he could to the balcony, only to walk and run into a glass door and ping himself back to the floor.
Oh,
Wow.
It was hilarious. Bless him. But yeah,
could you have got 250 quid for that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Why do you think I'm gutted?
Yeah.
So, Animal Kingdom Lodge, very nice resort. It's lovely. I will say, Kidani Village, there isn't a great deal there in terms of like food and things like that. You've got the little shop that's got where you got your merch and you can refill your mugs and that, and and you can buy like microwave food or stuff for the oven as well, frozen stuff and fresh stuff there. You have Sanar downstairs, which is a quick service for breakfast and a table service for dinner. We didn't do Sanar, we did Boma over at Jambo House. But Jambo House, when we first walked there, it felt like it was like a 20-minute walk. But actually, if you take the correct exits, you can get there in 5-10 minutes easy.
Yeah.
It's not as far as you think. But that's where basically a majority of everything else is. The Mara's there, Boma's there, and various other things. Swimming pool was awesome. Had a wicked slide. It had a kids splash area as well, which was so much fun for the boys. And yeah, it was just awesome. And like Charlie didn't want to leave, bless him. He said, we're going back to the Rosen Inn today, and it was, oh, do we have to? And it's yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. But all in all, it's a very good resort. And I would definitely stay there again.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Cheryl, Rosen, talk to me, Goose.
Oh, what do you want to know? It's nothing great, is it?
Yeah, what's it like? Tell the peeps.
The peeps. Okay, peeps. Well, Rosen Inn. Well, it's a good hotel if you're trying to do this holiday on a budget. It's probably one of the cheapest hotels on International Drive to stay on. I mean, at the end of the day, you're only sleeping in the room, aren't you? Like, you're not doing anything else. What else are you doing? Nothing. Just going to bed really late and getting up really early. So, yeah. It's got 2 swimming pools. It's
Games
got
room.
Games room. It's got a restaurant to have breakfast. It's
Dinner
got a
now.
shop. It's got a bar area with pool table and stuff.
Fitness centre, because Beckett did a lot of that.
Inside, yeah.
Beckett went to the gym basically every morning. Bless him.
Wow.
The weirdo.
Guess you didn't then.
Please.
But no, it's a good location. You can walk from Universal from the hotel. It's about half an hour walk, which we did, which was quite nice. It's about a 20-minute drive into Disney.
Yeah.
You can walk down to like Icon Park. There's lots to do around International Drive. Not really much to say about it. Just works for us, isn't it? It's just easy. If I can get out there to stay in that hotel, I have done. That's all I've ever done.
Yeah, it's genuinely like it is one of the best value places to stay.
Yeah.
In Orlando, really, for not just for International Drive, but in Orlando, and the ratings that it gets as well. It's quite high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, most of the Rosen Inns are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's nice. We like it. We like the staff. We like rooms. Like Charles says, rooms are decent for
they're clean.
You're sleeping in it.
They get cleaned every day, and they're clean, and you go to bed in it, and
they work for us, and they'll work for other people as well.
Yeah, of course, staying on Disney is really nice to be in like that little bubble and stuff. But if you want to really get to Orlando, you really want to do this trip, and you can't afford to stay on Disney, then it's a great hotel to stay at.
Yeah, very cool.
Parks, baby, parks.
Yeah, talk to me about. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping in again. Andy, your turn.
Go, mate, go for it. It's fine. It's fine.
So, tell me about your parks experiences. Talk about Disney first, and then talk about Universal, but also like about how you went around the park reservations and all that kind of stuff.
It was extremely busy.
Right.
This is and I know we've gone during Easter, and I know we've gone during spring break. I have never. Am I back? There I am. Sorry, Dad was trying to call me. That means Chelsea are losing. I've never been in the parks where you just. I felt claustrophobic this time.
Oh, really?
I felt just there were people everywhere, and
Yeah.
I know, and I know people are going to say, "Well, you're in a Disney park. That's what it is." I don't think the park reservations help with attendance or anything like that. They are basically for how many cast members do we need at this park at this time on this date. It's the park reservation system was very straightforward and very easy, and we got everything we wanted, and we were able to change some whilst we were there, and because we even added a Hollywood Studios day, didn't we, Chel, when we were there?
Yeah.
So capacity must have gone up then.
Well, it probably has, but yeah, I mean, it was just so busy. Wait times were, well, they were through the roof. Park was opening, and you were already at 120 minutes for Peter Pan.
I have never come away from this holiday with not doing so many rides.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I could go through a list, and you would go, wow. I mean, I didn't ride Tower this time. Chell did. I didn't. I just never had the chance.
Yeah.
Toy Story Mania, didn't do Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
There's a theme
Wow.
here. Can we tell the theme? It's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Well, I've done everything in Hollywood Studios.
Ratatouille, didn't get on Ratatouille.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it was always down. I've never seen a ride
It was down a lot.
Apart from Rise of the Resistance, I've never seen a ride that breaks as much as Ratatouille.
Really? Because it was quite solid when we went.
It was always closed or down, or something had gone wrong with it. It was crazy. Again, I feel like I'm just picking on the negatives at the minute, and it wasn't a negative holiday at all. It wasn't a negative holiday at all. We got stuff done. It was just extremely busy.
Yeah.
$35 each day for Genie if you were so inclined to do so whilst we were there.
Absolutely crazy.
Let's compare that to today's $22 a person. Yesterday was $20 a person, and 4 days ago it was $18 a person.
I still wouldn't do that
for Genie. I do wish that when I bought our park tickets, you could buy it with Genie already attached each day, and come the end of the holiday, I was sort of wishing we had Genie.
Yeah.
Just to help out with the lightning lanes. And again, we'll get onto lightning lanes in a minute as well. But Chell, what have you got anything to add in terms of, parks and anything I've not said?
Yeah, no, I just feel like I've missed. I don't know. I feel like it all seems a bit of a blur this time. I don't know if that was just because it was really busy, but I just feel like there's, every time I think about each park individually, I'm like, there's something I've missed in every single park. Like, there's just things that I've missed, whether that be like a ride or food or a picture.
Yeah.
That I haven't taken. I've missed something, and it's never. I don't know if that's because there's so many people, and I'm used to not ever going with this amount of people, and because it's like a lot of stop starting and stuff. But I have to stop myself from saying it because I don't want it to be all negative. Because it's just, but there's bits I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like I saw that properly, or I don't feel like or that was on my list to try, and I didn't even do it.
I feel like I missed an awful lot. Like I don't remember walking around by Gaston's.
I never went there. Never went there.
Well,
I
we
never
never
went
went to
round by
we never went to
Gaston's.
Gaston's either. But I did. I walked past Gaston's. I know I did,
I never.
but I don't really remember the moment I did.
Yeah.
Like the closest I got to Tower of Terror
Was that
was
bed where you waited for me in bed?
no, it was when we
Oh.
we picked up some food down at Catalina Eddy's and that for the boys.
Oh.
That's as close as I got to Tower of Terror. And I'm gonna add.
Oh no, did you go around to the cars?
No, we didn't do like the McQueen's Racing Academy.
Oh, that was Matty. That was me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying. I'll try to sort of get the negative away really quickly. But I think, and this is going to be quite an unpopular opinion, I think Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has killed Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Really?
Yeah, really, I do. I think that those two lands have made that park worse.
Because it's created so much volume in people.
It has, and the park isn't big enough.
Yeah.
It simply isn't big enough to handle the amount of human beings that want to walk through those lands and get to places. We queued 2 hours for Smuggler's Run. We queued 2 hours 15 for Rise of the Resistance.
No, we got in a 95-minute queue for Smuggler's Run.
Yeah.
And queued 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the reason being, the ratio of standby to lightning lanes is disgusting.
It was 52 lightning lanes to 10 standby.
Yeah.
We counted it.
And we had some of Nikki's side of the family were also out there at the same time. And they were queuing, I can't remember what they were queuing for, but they counted 100 lightning lanes to 3 standby.
See, that's what I thought the ratio was. Because I thought it was supposed to be almost 100 to 5 standby.
Yeah. And they had that. You know, when you've got poor Oscar, bless him, standing in that queue for Smuggler's Run.
He did
and
so
then,
well.
And then he got on the ride and and it was just a little bit too intense for him as we hit light speed.
Yeah.
And he basically spent the whole ride crying whilst Chell in front of him is trying to grab his hand, hold his hand. And she's trying to record the ride as well.
I couldn't press my button. So I was like, Charlie, press the button.
And you've got me and Beckett piloting the Falcon going, we don't really care what's behind us. Let's just keep going. But then, like, we got off the ride, didn't we? And Oscar was like, oh, yay, we did it. And things like that.
Oh, bless him.
But I liked Toy Story Land. I liked Galaxy's Edge. I just think they have absolutely killed that park. Just, there's no people eaters in that park anymore. There's none.
No.
It's almost like they should have kept the mystique of Hollywood and done something different with it and built another theme park, like a fifth gate.
It's what it should have been.
Yeah.
It's what it should have been. And Toy Story Land is the hottest place on earth, by the way, as well. There is zero shade. There is zero shade. Put some bloody umbrellas up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It really isn't hard. And that's what I think. That's what I think KO'd me for day 3. Because I ended up with sunstroke on day 3 and we were at Hollywood Studios the day before.
Right.
Yeah.
And because we did Roundup Rodeo barbecue. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway sucks as well. It's just not good. It's just not good. It's just not good. I got off the ride and was like, no, didn't enjoy that. And
really?
I went into it thinking, you're going to really enjoy this ride. You're going to get off.
Is that anything to do with the fact it broke on you 5 minutes into the queue?
No, because we rode it a couple of days after. We rode it a couple of days after and everything worked fine. I think if I rode it more than once, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But I think because I only rode it the once, I think my nostalgia head was on, and I'm just going, but this isn't Great Movie Ride. And that's
Yeah.
what I think. That's what I think my issue is with Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
Epcot needs to hurry up and get rid of those construction
Screens.
walls.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of them quick, because once they do, and Journey of Water opens and Communicore Plaza opens, it's going to go back to being a really good park.
Yeah.
A really good park. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a phenomenal coaster. If not the
It's
best,
the best ride.
if not the best ride on property.
Yeah. Oh, by far,
Easily
as
best
far,
ride,
as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
What songs did you get?
We only rode it once, and
Disco
we
Inferno.
got Disco Inferno.
Nice.
So we got a good one.
It was so fun.
So fun. So fun. It's where it. What was it? It went, oh, we're going to go back. And then the bit where it all goes into the bit there. And just before it blew us back, you heard Freddie, who was sitting next to Matt, go, Big Bang. Oh, no. And then,
nice.
whoosh, whoosh, we went back.
So cool. It's the bit where you go like on the side and you're going round.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can
brilliant.
see why people got motion sickness on that.
Yeah,
ride.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, but you guys know that I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and I really should love Rise of Resistance, and I do love Rise of Resistance, but for us, Guardians was just it's a different level.
Yeah, so
it's
good.
a different level.
Yeah,
it's better than obviously we've done Tron, but it's
Tron
above Tron. It's above Tron for me anyway.
Yeah. It's a the Imagineers did an absolutely cracking job on that one.
Phenomenal, and that's Imagineering at its best.
Yeah,
and working with budget cuts as well, because they had to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Epcot, Flower and Garden.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was nice. Did
the park feel really busy there as well? Then, apart from the construction walls, when you going around World Showcase, was
it
did.
It did, because even with those construction walls, they're still trying to. They were still trying to stick a load of stuff in the different world nature, world celebration. They were trying to fit a load. The stalls are still there, so you sort of get round one bit, and it's there's flower and garden stalls, and then you go to another bit, and you go there's more flower and garden stalls, and we cherry picked little bits of what we wanted from certain stalls, and they were very nice. We got the orange bird sipper with the orange and
that
what
was
was it?
lovely.
What was it, Joe?
I don't know. What was it? It
was an orange and
I don't know, but it was so good.
Yeah, it was so good. It was like there was like a slush in there.
Yeah, it was like a Celerio. You know,
like a Solero.
Solero. Yeah, it's like that in it. Oh, it was good.
Let me try and mobile order. Order food. Here we go. Sorry. Epcot.
Nice.
It's not going to let me. Oh, you're naughty. Yeah, but it was like some orange slush that was in it, and it was unreal. But the only problem is, like, you couldn't pay for a refill. You had to.
Really?
Yeah, well, you probably could, but they didn't advertise it anywhere. But that was good. Flower and Garden's nice. The park looks pretty. The topiaries are out of this world, like how good they look. Anything else for Epcot?
Don't know. I didn't really get to see much of it. So
Spaceship Earth needs a lot of love.
It really does.
It needs a lot of love. The camera to take your picture it wasn't working.
it worked for us.
Yeah, it wasn't working for us. It cut Oscar's face in half. I was basically 3 pixels. But
And Nikki was someone else.
and Nikki was someone else. So that was good. That was Oscar's favourite ride at Epcot, though, Spaceship Earth. He loved it. That and Figment. He enjoyed Figment a lot. And I said, imagine how good it used to be. And he said, oh,
Speaking
don't
of
start,
Figment,
will ya? He went, don't start.
Did you take the opportunity to try the DVC lounge while you were there?
No, but I didn't have enough time to breathe, Andy. I didn't have enough time to go in a DVC lounge.
I mean, I say lounge compared to one in California right now. It's very poor cousin, but yeah.
Oh, it's very basic compared to that, but yeah, it looked good. Nikki's family that were out there, they went up there one afternoon and did a bit up there, just having Coke freestyle and snacks and stuff, and just chilling for a while. Not much more to say about Epcot. Animal Kingdom felt busier than normal.
Yeah.
Especially when you queue 2 hours for the safari.
Oh, ouch.
And the reason being, the lightning lane queue was longer than the standby queue.
Wow.
So guess what was going in before us?
So do you think it's true that like 60% of guests are buying lightning lanes?
It must be. There was an awful lot of people going into lightning lane queues. And the thing is, if you're clever enough, you can stack your lightning lanes up and have more than, and you can stack them. You absolutely can stack them.
Yeah.
You've just got to be clever about it, and you can really utilize it, but not for $35 a day.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Particularly for us in the UK who were there for 14 days effectively.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable. For those guys that are there for 4 or 5 nights, that's understandable.
Fine. But you're looking whilst we were out there, it didn't drop below 35 whilst we were out there. So you're looking at another $1,960 for me, Nikki, and the boys if we wanted Genie Plus and Lightning Lane on top.
Wow. Yeah.
No chance. Not a chance, man.
Yeah.
But Flight of Passage was as wonderful as normal.
Okay.
Love that.
Satuli was nice. We ate at Satuli. You ate at Satuli, Chow? Did you eat there?
Cheeseburger pods.
Cheeseburger pods.
No.
Yeah, we had the protein bowl with chicken and beef, and me and Nikki shared that. That was lovely.
Nice.
And me and Beckett went to Nomad Lounge.
Oh yeah, you did.
Which was lovely.
Yeah, very nice. But what? Anything else at Animal Kingdom? We did the new version of Finding Nemo the musical.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to do that last year.
Yeah, basically they've cut it shorter, a lot shorter. It's now narrated by the Tank Gang, and they've cut the story down, and they've taken a lot of songs out.
Right.
That's not good.
It was still fun though. It was still, they kept the best songs in. So Big Blue World still in, Fisher Friends Not Food still in, Go With the Flow still in. They're the ones that really matter. Just Keep Swimming still in.
Yeah.
So you've got the better songs there.
Yeah.
And then it's just busy. Animal Kingdom busy. Like you got to Everest, and you couldn't move really. It was just people everywhere.
Wow.
And I just think I mean, the sooner they get rid of these reservations that you need, the better. I think. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think they need to just knock it on the head now.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it doesn't make a difference to the attendance anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just let it be a free for all, and you might as well let people park hop when they want.
Because I was thinking you could make a reservation. Some people probably don't even some people probably don't even turn up.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
But it's like the problem is, like, if you want an Epcot reservation, but there's no Epcot reservation, so you reserve Hollywood Studios.
That's what me and Beckett did one day. We went to Hollywood Studios so we could, but we really wanted to be in another park.
Yeah, but you still have to enter Hollywood Studios to then get into Epcot at 2. Because if you haven't entered Hollywood Studios, they're not going to let you park hop over to a park you're not reserved into.
Yeah,
even though that's the one you want to go in. Epcot Forever was nice. That took me back to childhood and hearing all the old music from proper Epcot Centre. That was nice.
Nice. And did you get to see like Harmonious and Enchanted as well before? Oh, okay.
Right. Remember, everyone, before we went away, I was really excited because I was going to watch 4 fireworks shows, wasn't I, everyone? I saw Enchantment.
You saw a lot.
I saw Enchantment. I saw Epcot Forever. I saw Happily Ever After.
So you saw 3 out of 4.
I did not get to see Harmonious.
Oh, shame.
Yeah. Which is a little bit disappointing because I did, but because of the travel day, it basically threw a spanner into the plans.
So we just changed a bit.
We changed everything. Because basically the first day was meant to be all Magic Kingdom till closing, or at least until the fireworks. It got to about 6 o'clock, and basically 80% of our group were just knackered.
Yeah,
and the boys weren't gonna. Oscar certainly wasn't going to last through to Enchantment, which meant we then had to make a choice: do you watch Enchantment or do you watch Harmonious? So we decided that we were going to then, that second night after Hollywood Studios, we were going to go back to Magic Kingdom to watch the final ever Enchantment.
But we shouldn't have. We should have gone to Epcot.
We should have gone to Epcot, is what we should have done. But, you know, you live and learn.
Why should you have gone to Epcot?
Well, me saying that is just because I've seen Enchantment. And going to Epcot, I went to Epcot once, and it was all taken up with doing Flower and Garden. So I don't feel like I enjoyed Epcot at all, or really did much. So when I look back on it, I'm like, we should have gone there on the second day in the evening because we could have got a bit done in the evening. Because I found the parks were quiet in the evening. Like me and Becky went to Animal Kingdom one evening, and we walked on the safari, and then we were about to walk on Everest, but like the heavens opened and it poured down, so we didn't get to go on Everest, so we just got in the queue for Flight of Passage. But the evenings were a lot quieter.
Sure.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
And I mean, when we were at Animal Kingdom as well, we were lucky enough to be able to do the extended hours at Magic Kingdom on that Wednesday night. So we were in the Magic Kingdom till 1 a.m. on the Wednesday night, and me, Nikki, and the boys basically got the whole of Magic Kingdom done in that night.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, we could have gone the whole holiday without going to Magic Kingdom again, because we got the whole thing done. The last things we needed to do, which we did on the final day, were Carousel of Progress, Jungle Cruise, and there was one more. I can't remember what it is now, but we got them all done.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Sweet.
Tron.
Yeah.
I suppose you want to talk about Tron a little bit, don't you?
I'd quite like to know how it was.
Yeah. So we were lucky enough to be out there for the soft opening. So I woke up on that we woke up on that Saturday morning,
Mhm.
and I was on it like Sonic. I loaded up everybody into the app to confirm the party. I did that at 6:30, and then at 7:00 I hit refresh and confirmed my virtual queue, and we were in. Boarding group 59.
Yeah, and we got called at 1:05.
1:05 we got called. So we just eaten lunch at Cosmic Rays, and our boarding group got called.
So from you getting called and getting into the queue,
yeah,
how long did that take?
So getting called and getting into the queue.
So we entered the virtual queue at 1:10,
and we were on the ride, I reckon, by
we
quarter
got
to.
on the 1:10. No, we got on the ride at 1:02.
Okay.
Right.
So about 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on how many people, have obviously decided to actually take up their virtual queue and their boarding pass.
Yeah.
Because when me and Charlie rode it the second time, me and Charlie were on and off within 20 minutes. But it had just broken down and they'd just refixed it all and opened up. So the first time we went on it, it was me, Mum, Chell, Beckett, Matt, Molly. Nikki wasn't too keen on giving it a go, and Charlie, he saw the launch and the arc of the track, and it put him off a little bit, so he decided not to go on it that first night. So the second time we went on it, we all got the virtual queue on that last day, and we were 2 boarding groups away from being called, and we thought to ourselves, we haven't seen many cars go round. What's going on? So the ride had gone down, and so we spoke to a cast member. What do we reckon? Said could be anywhere between 5 minutes and 5 hours. Oh, okay. Fun fact, if you are standing around Tron and you see a lot of lights down by the plants below, that means that the ride is down, because those lights shouldn't be on. So that's a fun fact that a cast member told me there. So we spoke to, so at this point, you guys all decided you went to Volcano Bay, Chow, and everybody else went to Disney Springs. Charlie was desperate to ride, so cast member said to us, why don't you go ride Carousel of Progress or People Mover or something, stay in the area. You never know, it might get called. Me and Charlie did Carousel Progress. After we were in the second room, and my phone pinged up, your boarding group's been called. So everything was back up and running. Charlie was buzzing. The only thing we had to get through was 3 height checks. Because Charlie literally just touched the bar. So it's
one height check's not enough.
Well, so you go into the queue, and you've got what looks like the ray gun that that shoots out and sort of miniaturizes you.
All right, yeah.
And every now and again that whirls up, and the blue light shines out of it, and it makes all the sound effects and noises. And then you walk into. So there are going to be spoilers on this for those of you that obviously don't want to hear it. Fast forward a bit. So you walk into a room, and you get told about the grid, and you can see on the screen in front of you all this different stuff moving about. And Then the screen turns into a window. It sort of opens up like that, and you see the light cycle launch from the next ride.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, go round and exit that room, go round another bit, and then you've got the lockers. So you can take your phone on the ride. You just put it there's a little pouch in front that you open up, put everything in there. But bags and things like that, they have to go into a locker, which are very straightforward. Scan your magic band or your phone or whatever your park ticket's on. It opens up the locker, put your stuff in, and then you open it up from the other side when you exit the ride. Then you get down to the loading platform. Basically, you're in the dark, everything's blue, everything's lit up blue. And then you get on the light cycle, and that's mental. So you sit on it, obviously, like a bike, and you pull the handlebars towards you. Like that all comes down. And as you do that, the bit behind the identity disc flicks up and hits
It's
you
really
back.
like Flight of Passage.
Yeah. Now like Flight of Passages. And then you turn the corner, and then you've got the launch sequence, which is a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. It sort of took your breath away, didn't it, a little bit?
Yeah,
because
I had my hands up and I was like doing this.
and the thing is as well, like you are locked into that bike position, but you can sit yourself up, and it is safe to do so because it all moves. It allows you to freely move. Obviously, it won't let you sit up, but it will take you to a point where you can sort of extend your body up a bit and arms up and out. So you got that launch up into the arc bit there, and
then it's over.
Yeah, and then you go into the building and onto the grid, and
you're done.
It's a very quick ride, very quick ride,
quick.
But it's fun.
You blink, it's over.
And at the end of the day, you want it to be fun.
Yeah. And Mum,
Mum
loved it, didn't she? Mum loved it.
Yeah, Mum loved it. She's like, "That's the best thing I've ever done."
So let's say hypothetically, gun to your head almost kind of moment. You've got to choose between one of the two, Tron or Guardians.
Oh, Guardians wins hands down. But Tron is a very nice addition to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
very nice addition. Because at the point, obviously, we hadn't ridden Guardians of the Galaxy yet, so we got off Tron and we were like, "Oh yeah, this is amazing." And then
that's right,
the Galaxy, and then we were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!"
Brilliant.
But yeah, no, it's a very nice addition. It's a very welcome addition as well.
And it's only taken 6 years to build.
Oh man, God, if only they had another one that they could, completely copy. Jokers, honestly.
You reckon it's took them 6 years just to translate it from Mandarin to our Cantonese, don't we?
Nah, that's all in English as well.
How are we going to translate this? Duolingo?
Yeah. Bit of Duolingo.
Google Translate?
Bit of Duolingo. Honestly. But yeah, no, really, really welcome addition. Yeah. That park just needs Tianas to be built now, and not be built, be swapped over. They got to put all the screens in Tianas, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I imagine that's what's going to happen.
And then they can start on Encanto and
the villains bit behind
the villains bit and Coco Land, and
build another park.
Sorry. What a silly idea! Who builds other parks?
That's not going to happen, is it?
I mean, I know there's a fair chunk of wetland that they have to keep, but there must be somewhere they could turn and go, "Here, we're going to build such and such."
Of course, there is. And after they crap themselves when Epic Universe opens, don't worry, they're gonna. I can see it now. A year after Epic Universe opens. Breaking. Walt Disney World announces 5th gate coming in 2052.
Yeah.
Or are they waiting for Ron DeSantis to get the Republican nomination so he has to step down as governor to decide what they're doing? Because I think, depending how he behaves right now, Disney are not going to pull everything out of Florida because there's just too much money there. But they might start thinking, right, where can we create a third Disney park in the US?
Yeah.
Because Florida can kiss my rosy red.
Yeah.
I think there's something in that, to be fair. I mean,
He's been an absolute Tosh Womble, isn't he?
Yeah.
I said Tosh.
Tosh Womble, I love it. Oh dear. Yeah, he's another podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no. All in all, in terms of the parks, extremely busy at Disney.
Yeah.
And same goes for Universal as well. I would actually say Universal in terms of busyness was
Mad.
It was mad. So we never had a chance to ride Hagrid's.
Right.
Not
So they're broken anyway.
Not a single solitary second was spent in a Hagrid's queue.
Yeah.
For the 14 days we were there, Hagrid's was consistently at a 270-minute wait. Consistently.
That's that 4.5 hours?
Thereabouts, yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
And there's still no express pass in Hagrid's.
No. But that's the thing that's killed Velocicoaster.
The express pass.
Yes. Now, when there was no express pass, the Hagrid's, the Velocicoaster queue would, it would fly through. But now on busy days, the Velocicoaster queue is at 90 minutes. The single rider line is the same amount of time.
So they close it.
And so they close it. So we went to.
We tried Velocicoaster and Hagrid's like twice to do single rider, and both times they'd shut single rider due to capacity.
Every time.
And when I said, "Oh, is single rider going to open?" They're like, "Yeah, it will open, but I can't tell you if that's going to be in 2 hours or 20 minutes. Well, I'm not going to stand there and wait." Like,
yeah,
I've got other things to do, haven't I?
Yeah, like just walk around.
Yeah, I must admit it was mental when I went the 2 times and just went. I found it insanely busy, like over the bearing with the food courts and everything was just too insane for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Harry Potter as well. Like what you're saying about Star Wars and Toy Story. That is how I feel when I enter Harry Potter. I'm like, I can't breathe. Like I'm like, I don't know where to go, what to do. What should I want to go there, but there's so many people over there, so I don't bother.
And some silly sausage thinks it's a good idea in Hogsmeade to just as you're walking, if you're walking from the Seuss Landing Lost Continent entrance and you're walking up towards Hogwarts, someone somewhere who's been paid has thought it's a good idea to put these barriers up the middle of the walkway. So if you're walking towards Hogwarts, you got to go on the right. If you're walking back towards Zeus's Landing, you got to walk on the right, that side. So nobody listens to it. Everyone walks wherever, but now you've got this massive barricade in the middle of the path that's stopping anybody from going anywhere. And it's like, who thought that was a good idea? And I even said that to the team member. And I was like, who thought this was a good idea? And she was just like, I'm just paid to hold an umbrella and tell people.
Yeah.
You know? Universal, again, we were there for Mardi Gras. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras was awesome, actually. We didn't have any of the food, mind you, but the parade was fun. Oscar, the king of beads. I said to him, you got to keep shouting for beads. I said, because you'll get thrown the beads. I said, then you can put them over your head. I said, put them on your neck. I said, but you're going to get so many beads, you're going to end up like that. And after the parade was done, his head was like that.
Oh, wow.
He had so many beads on him, it was ridiculous. We brought them all home with us as well,
Oh,
every
brilliant.
single one. But that was fun.
Take it to assembly, show and tell. I got these.
Yeah, I got these. What did you get them for? Mardi Gras.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was again, Universal was a weird one because you just there was stuff you were like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then you didn't quite get the chance to do it.
Like we never went into like King's Cross. We never went on the Hogwarts Express.
No,
Just
No,
because
which-
that was up to 70 minutes just to wait for Hogwarts Express.
I'll
Wow.
walk, thank you.
It'd be quicker to walk out the parks, go and get a hot dog and get back through.
Like I didn't do Rip Ride Rocket. Did you do Rip Ride Rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I went, the opportunity I had to ride it, it was closed.
Oh.
It was like, so when they went to Animal Kingdom to stay there for 2 nights and did their like whole night at Magic Kingdom and got all that done, we spent one of the evenings at Universal and got bits done there.
Yeah.
So
And,
Yeah, we managed to do it, but I think because we'd used the DAS pass at Universal for Minions, we had to wait 30 minutes. I said to Kelly, let's go see how long it was. And I think it was 25 minutes for a single ride, but it took more like an hour.
yeah, see, we didn't step foot on Minions. That was 120 for a constant 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Minion Mayhem doesn't help itself either because it's obviously right at the front of the park and it's the first thing,
Yep.
and it's such a popular franchise right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the new Minion Blast opening that's going to open opposite. Hopefully, they've done that in a strategic way that will separate the guests to allow both to be quite a nice queue time rather than it being, rather than it being a flat 120 minutes every time for Minion Mayhem.
Yeah.
The dark horse in Universal Studios, and it's not Fast and Furious, is and I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed this ride because I can't stand the man.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
And that's Jimmy Fallon.
Really?
Wow.
Fantastic attraction. I loved every minute of it.
See, I didn't get it, really.
I loved
because
it.
I didn't really understand the space bit and going all around. I was like, what was that about? But yeah.
Even but like me, mum, dad, and Charlie rode it, and we got the front row. So unfortunately, Charlie had like these bars in front of his eyes, so he was sort of looking at the screen like this.
Oh.
And he was like, and he got off it, and he was like, I was like, "Did you enjoy that?" And he was like, "That was really fun." Like he goes, "I really enjoyed it." He goes, "It's a shame I couldn't actually see the screen." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He was like, "Yeah, I had the bars in my way." And I was like, oh, okay. Well, next time we know to try and ask for a row further back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's a
again, like Universal busy, super busy. Simpsons was fun as normal. E.T.'s still the greatest ride that's ever been built there.
So can I just ask about the difference between Universal and Disney? Because we had express passes for Universal for a few days, but we still loved the whole Disney experience much more than we enjoyed the Universal experience overall. I think from a cast member point of view and just the service and the atmosphere, I think. How did you guys feel?
I've come away a Universal girl.
Oh, okay.
I will happily go to Orlando for 2 weeks and not touch Disney.
Wow, that's interesting.
What about you, Dan? Are you a Universal girl?
I'm
Universal
always I'm always a Universal girl, Andy. I think my love for Disney hasn't changed since going on this holiday. It's still my happy place. It's still my place to visit. It's still my place to go. Universal, I thought the team members were great for the experiences we had. I remember you, Andy, saying that you didn't like the mobile food ordering
The Universal now.
for Universal, where I thought it was just as good.
It was, but
Disney's.
there was some problems at the start, though.
Yeah, it wasn't explained very well
Because
how to do the ordering.
And you had to have your bank card.
Yeah, your card needed to be stored on the
I
app.
thought you could just add it on, so it wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Once you got
I
over that
think
hurdle,
the kids' meals.
Yeah, there are no kids' meals.
Exactly. That was the issue we had, and we're having 3 kids who wanted.
What did?
Went Cafe 4 on the first.
Cafe 4. Charlie got a slice of pizza, and he was like buzzing because it was bigger than his head.
And then Oscar and Miles shared spaghetti.
Oscar and Miles shared a spaghetti and meatballs. And then I had the Alfredo, chicken Alfredo fettuccine thingy that was there. That was nice. But yeah, I think Disney's still Disney and Universal is still Universal. To me, they're two completely different entities that happen to be neighbors in Orlando. I think the Disney experience is hampered by Genie Plus and the Lightning Lanes.
Yeah,
massively. I think Universal, the way Universal market the Express Pass is so much better than the way Disney handled Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes and all that. And the reason why I say that is because obviously the Express Pass is like $89, $90 to buy it.
Yeah.
However, they're not forcing you to do it.
Yeah.
Where, and you get it with your stay at certain hotels, so like Hard Rock and all that. Where at Disney, like we got nothing for staying at a deluxe.
Yeah.
Apart from the extended hours in the evening on certain days, and obviously the half an hour in the morning that every Disney resort guest gets.
Yeah.
So, I like the way Universal go about their Express Pass because they're not trying to force. If Disney could get away with everyone in the parks that day buying Genie Plus, they bloody would.
Yeah,
they absolutely would. If it, to me, that's the way it's heading in that direction. I think the cast members are still brilliant. Obviously, you still have your humpy ones that are having bad days, but I have bad days at work where I don't want to talk to customers and people as well.
Any day we were wiring it.
But they're so different from one another.
Yeah,
I couldn't pick which one I preferred because they're both good in their own ways and they're both bad in their own ways, and neither outdoes one another on both. It's a tough one. I'm still a Disney guy, but like if someone said to me tomorrow, you've got 2 weeks in Orlando, but you're only allowed to go to Universal, I'd bite your hand off in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about the food. Long about way of doing it.
Tell me about your food experiences. What was the sort of stand out? And I suppose you, Chel, obviously with your dietary requirements, how did you go on, and why am I all fuzzy?
Yeah. No.
Extreme closer.
Not that close.
Yeah, food. Oh, what was my favourite food? I got the gluten-free grilled cheese from Woody's Lunchbox at Hollywood Studios.
I got the normal grilled cheese.
Yeah, oh, so good.
It actually was really good.
Oh, it's amazing. I got a kids meal, so I only got one half, and I was like, oh, damn it, I should have got the adult meal.
Yeah. What about outside the parks? Any sort of standouts?
Outside of the park,
JoJo's looked good that you went
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I went to JoJo Shake Bar, which is a new restaurant down at Point A, Orlando.
Yeah.
Which was really good. And they do like these mega like shakes that have got like giant cookies or like candy floss all like in the top of them. So that was really good. And I also love Sloppy Joe's at Icon Park.
Sloppy Joe.
Love it.
Oh, you went to Sloppy Joe's in the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
The McDouble at McDonald's is very good, as is the sausage egg McMuffin. I really enjoyed Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
I was going to ask about that.
It is very good. I probably wouldn't go every time I'm there. It will be a sporadically reserved restaurant should I feel in the mood for barbecue. But that was fun. The whole Andy's coming and you've got to be still, and
yeah, it's good fun.
Partysaurus Rex and all that, very good. The cast members there really get into it, and it's quite fun there. I really, like I say, really enjoyed the grilled cheese at Woody's Lunchbox as well, which overall I wasn't fussed about eating there, but we managed to snag some mobile order spots and grab that there. What's the place we went to, Chell, where we had that mega sandwich? The Sugar Factory.
Sugar Factory, Icon
Sugar
Park.
Factory down Icon Park. That was good. We had
Nice.
me and Nikki shared this big fat like club sandwich, and it was there was so much food there. It was ridiculous. And then Nikki and Charlie finished off with a massive milkshake. Yeah.
Like a slab of cheesecake on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The one I will mention, because I thought value for money wise, it was incredible. And that's the Owl and Compass.
Yeah. At the Yacht Club.
At the Yacht Club, we went for breakfast. Breakfast is a buffet. I don't know if the dinner is. I never checked, but breakfast is a buffet.
Yeah, but not as well as choosing it. So it's $23 per adult, and you get
choose one entree from the menu, and then you've got a load of buffet stuff. So you only get the entree once, but then you've got pastries and fruit and cheeses and stuff on it and all that.
I think so.
Yeah, and you had all that stuff over that you could go up and down and get as much as you want. Although we don't think the kids were meant to go up and get the buffet stuff, because they sort of gave us funny looks when the kids were eating it all. But they did.
But that's was really good value for what you get.
Yeah, and there was loads on the plate as well.
Yeah, it was really filling.
Yeah.
Nice. Does look good.
Yeah. And I have to give Margaritaville a shout out as well, because I really enjoyed my burger at Margaritaville.
Cool.
It was very, very good.
It was very, very good indeed.
I don't know if everybody else enjoyed Margaritaville as much as I did, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's expensive, I say.
Yeah, it's one of those places though, isn't it? It's like your typical Rainforest Cafe hard rock food.
Yeah.
It's that kind of food where it's like, yeah, it's nice, but
yeah,
it's worth this
Yeah.
money that I'm about to pay for it. No,
Well,
but
say like we took Oscar to T-Rex for his birthday because he's mad on dinosaurs. So we took him to T-Rex, and Charlie left the table. They had meat. They both had spaghetti and meatballs, the boys, and they both ate them. They ate really well that day. And Charlie got off after we left, and he went, "That was the best spaghetti and meatballs I have ever eaten." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yes, I really enjoyed it." I was like, "Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Would you have it again?" He was like, "I would. I would have it again." I was like, "Wonderful. We found a place for you to eat every time." Then.
Oh, amazing! That's
So,
cool.
Can't argue with that, can you?
No. Yeah, no. The snacks and stuff. Obviously, your Mickey premium bars and your ice cream sandwiches and all that stuff. That's lovely.
Expensive.
Yeah, I mean, DVC discount comes in handy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big time. If I use that discount once in Main Street Confectionery and all the other confectionery places, I used it 1,000 times.
Why not? Well, it's 20%, isn't it?
20%.
That's that amount. I mean, it's $20 off a $100 purchase, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's not chump change.
Yeah. I mean, we at one point I had $76 worth of stuff in the basket, and obviously that dropped significantly.
Yeah.
You know, every time, can I use your DVC discount? Yes. Like Chelsea's hoodie she's wearing at the airport whilst I'm trying to eat my dinner. Can I have your DVC discount? Here I am walking through.
Ever used it in 2 weeks.
I'm walking.
Full price.
Yeah, I'm walking through.
It's a shame, isn't it, that you can't use it at a lot of restaurants.
It's annoying you can't use it at quick service, is what it is.
Yeah. So what you used to have pre-COVID was something called the Table and Wonderlands card, which they've never brought back. And I think you paid like $200 for that, but then it paid for itself afterwards with discounts.
It was $200 a year or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but every meal you could knock 15 to 20% off your meal.
Yeah.
So it paid for itself in about 4 meals.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of good food there. I don't really remember having anything I disliked.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, really thinking about it, I try and avoid stuff I don't like. You know.
So I suppose the ultimate question to close this off a little bit is, would you be going back anytime soon? Are the Blues like, I have to go back? Or is it a case like Matt was saying before in our chat that, oh my God, it's so expensive. I've only got one kidney left and I kind of like my spleen.
If I had the money, I'd have already booked for next year.
Yeah.
If I had the money. I don't, so I haven't.
Have you booked for next year, Chel?
Chel.
No.
What are you planning, Chel?
No, I'm not planning anything. I'm trying to do a solo trip this year, maybe. I don't know.
Because I've got loads of money, me.
And is Beckett all right with that?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Is Beckett all right with that? Of course Beckett's all right with that. Who do you think told him she was going? She went, I'm going. And he went, okay.
2 weeks for the boys.
Yeah. He's having a FIFA tournament.
See, I'd love to be able to say to Kelly, I'm going for 2 weeks of my own solo trip. Would you be all right? And she'll say, absolutely, fantastically, you go. Take this with you as well.
Yeah. See, I'd do a week. If I could get away with doing a solo trip, I would do a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'd love to do a team trip, like the 4 or 5 of us go for a week and just do nothing but shoot rides, shoot the parks, put some more content up.
Why don't us 5 just go?
Yeah, content.
Yeah, sure. And let's say,
I know a good travel agent.
I don't know any decent ones.
No,
I do.
Me neither.
And I checked, my driving license is in date.
Yeah, mine is too. Just
I
saying.
don't have one.
Mine runs out in June. But Matt's is fine
Well,
because this is brand
Matt's
new.
is
He's
fine. He's
just renewed
renewed his.
it.
Oh, Captain Moron.
I mean, at least it takes like what, a week to come back out, doesn't it?
Yeah, literally it took a week.
Yeah. He ordered it, and 7 days later it came back. But yeah, no.
Wow.
If I had the money,
I'd go
right
back
now,
tomorrow.
I'd book again, and I'd book
Yeah.
again for later on this year or
Yeah.
for next year.
I'd go back every year.
Oh, if
Yeah.
I'd go back.
Sometimes
Yeah,
twice.
like
sometimes twice.
yeah.
Yeah, so Matt asked a really good question before, and I'm sort of speaking off camera a little bit here because as a group, we speak to each other about what we're doing in terms of episodes and stuff, and we have a sort of private group chat for us. And he asked a question saying, and this is more directed towards Lewis, our in-house travel expert. Is the cost of going to Disney going to come down anytime soon, or is it just a case that this is now the norm and the cost of living has to come up?
So there's so many different parameters on this. I think we're still coming out of the pandemic side of things, so we've got to take that in consideration. But I think what we've seen for Disney and the offers that they've given for next year is a sign that they are struggling to fill their hotels, particularly during the summer. So if you look at the offers that they're providing, like if you book a Disney hotel between August and September, you get like another third of dining credit on top. And it just goes to, I think that just shows that this summer, I think they're light already. I think they know they're light, but they can't do anything about it. And I think they're trying to stop that from happening for next year. We've already seen car hire come down quite significantly. We've already seen flights availability going up because there's more flights being put out there. I think if you want really good value for money, obviously book through a travel agent, but like TUI. Like TUI have got some really great offers out there for next year. But we can, there were lots of different tour operators that we can work with to get like a good offer for you. But what I would say is I would watch the space for the following next couple of years after 2024. I suspect things will go. But can I just tell you this one story? I had a customer that purchased a trip 2 years ago, and they had to move it on a year due to personal circumstances. It actually worked out when we came to it this year. He was just about to pay the balance. It would have actually been better off for him to cancel, lose his deposit, and rebook it all now for September because it would have been £1,000 cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. There was 8 of them, so it wasn't a massive saving. It was only about £150, £125 per person or something like that. But overall, it was still cheaper for them to rebook it at this point, and they would have saved some money overall.
Grand though, isn't it?
It is, so I think we will see prices decreasing, but I think there's a number of elements to that, and I think the economy is one of them. And I think the coming out of the COVID and the pent up demand for travel is the second one. I think we've already know that Bob Iger said we're charging too much money already. We know that he's there looking, but I don't think they're doing much about it. But
no, they're not going to do anything about it.
But they know that they are, and I think they will have to do something at some point, be it a free dine offer. They won't bring the prices down for the rooms, etc. But I think the offers will be bigger to stay on property going forward.
Well,
So-
something needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But all like park tickets, I just like what is one year? What are these? What are they going to be like? £1,000 per adult?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It's. I mean, it does like every year on year for the UK. It does seem to be going up. Like
because I was
from
like for 2025, you're looking at like £900 and something for an adult ticket.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for this year, I think, or for this coming year, it's 479 for an adult ticket.
Mhm.
For next year, it's 519.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
something like that.
Oh, when I said that, I meant Universal and Disney combo.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But like that's just for Disney on its own. But we still are much better off in this country with our 14-day passes than our 14-day passes would cover about 4-day passes if you bought them in the US.
Yeah.
So we're still very fortunate in that respect, but it's the US prices that are bringing our prices up. So I think we hopefully we will see some price reductions going forward, or better offers going forward.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think the key elements is if you can go out of school time, you're in a much better position.
Yeah,
So
that's me.
Chelsea, you can go if you can go whenever you like.
No, I'm taking the
Well-
fine. I'm taking the fine.
Yeah, you can go. So
I want to say something incredibly unpopular now, which is I've booked for next September, and we, like you say, when you price up, so say the first 2 weeks of August against the first 2 weeks of September, there is a £4,000 markup.
Also,
Sorry.
that September as well, Andy, for DVC. How much value do you get out of your points in September in DVC?
Oh, you get so much. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
It's insane. I was looking at the points charts the other day, and the value for point in September is insane.
Yeah.
When you look at when we've just gone in Easter, the difference is it's not just levels, it's universes in terms of what you're getting your money worth. But
I have a very nifty app.
I think the thing is, I think they're going to need to do something once Epic Universe opens up, and I know we're going to keep saying this for the next 2-3 years, but something needs to happen with the Walt Disney Company once Universal have opened the gates for Epic Universe.
Yep.
Because that madhouse is going to generate a lot.
Give you an example here for the week of Easter. A one-bedroom standard view at Riviera is 321 points. For the 9th of September, same year, 1 week is 213 points.
Wow.
That is a 107-point difference just for going in non-term time.
Wow. Yeah, indeed.
That's insane, man.
Yep, indeed.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, can I just say, we've also booked for next year.
Yay!
When are you going?
September.
No, we're going July. End of July.
Halloween starts then now, doesn't it?
Sorry?
Starts in August, right?
You'd have Halloween, wouldn't you, in July?
Yeah, we miss it by about 3 days, but sadly, but yeah. So we're booked it. We booked our Colorado Springs.
Matt and Molly will be jealous, won't they? Because they at Maya Grill.
Yeah.
Molly said she'd love to stay at Coronado Springs.
Yeah, Coronado Springs is where
we'd
you Riviera.
We're doing 5 nights at Riviera in a standard studio, and then 10 nights at Animal Kingdom in a 1-bedroom Savannah View. Purely just because the amount of points we've sold this year to cover fees and stuff.
Ah, right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I was speaking to one of the DVC agents before, and he said if you want to stay and you say short X amount of points, DVC owners do get a discounted cash rate as well.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm going to be looking at in the future is banking, borrowing, and all that stuff, and then using cash for the rest of it. I don't know how that works. I'm going to have to look into it and see what the actual prices are. But
well, the chap I spoke to in live chat, he just said ring member services, he said it is dependent on your resort, the time of year. So yeah, September.
Yeah.
I
15
think what's
quid.
it? Oh God, can you imagine? Mr. Robson, you need an extra 100 points. We'll charge you, I don't know, £15 per point.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely.
So I know we're going to have to wrap up, but I guess you guys would have seen the news that international travellers will not need to show any kind of COVID vaccination requirements from the 12th of May. So
Nice.
that's good. That's another thing kind of
Is that
ticked off
the
the box.
attestation form now? Is that?
Yeah, so you don't have to give any kind of proof of vaccination or anything like that
Superb.
to go to the US. So, which is nice.
Nice.
Well,
Wonderful.
There you go.
future episode I'd love to do is talking about my future forthcoming experience at the US Embassy.
Yeah, well, we can.
My visa runs out in March, I think, yeah, so I'll have to go and renew.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But I'm thinking of scheduling it on a Monday and come seeing new reprobates over the weekend.
Huh? Well, yeah. Can do. Jumanji's opening at Chesterton soon, so, you know. Don't have to fun in Jumanji. Right. I reckon that's going to wrap this one up.
Indeed.
What do you say, gang?
Yeah.
Marvelous.
Good review, guys. Good review.
Yes. I mean, you can watch along Chelsea's Adventureland on YouTube if you've got this far. Subscribe and follow on our YouTube and our Instagram there. You'll have weekly vlogs of the entire trip. We've had travel day, and day one goes up on Friday
every Friday at 7 p.m.
So, just as Emmerdale starts.
Who wants to watch Emmerdale? Ugh.
Yeah, so next one will be Friday the 5th at 7 p.m.
Friday the 5th.
Which, funnily enough,
Lovely.
is when this is coming out.
Yeah.
So today,
I'll tell you what, we'll schedule this one for 8 o'clock. So you're watching this, it's now probably 10 at night.
Yeah.
So you can do back to back to back. And I think I've got a video due that I need to finish. So schedule me at 6, you at 7, this at 8. Lewis, what you do for 10 o'clock, mate? Come on, you got the late shift.
Hilarious. Hilarious. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram at WDW UK Newscast. That is going to do it for this trip report. I'm sure next time Matt's on, the bunk bed clearly was too much of a trouble for him, so he hasn't joined us. I'm sure Matt will add his 2 cents on certain things as well. But that's going to do it for this episode of WDW UK Newscast, the pod. Have a great, big, beautiful day. And remember, tomorrow is just a dream away. Laters.
bye.
Bye.